Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Welcome back to Goblins of Conquest, a D&D real play podcast where we get to play the Evil Goblins for once. Sit back and enjoy the conquest.
So you bring the axe down and literally it just... and you just cut the thing in half. And all of a sudden...
like splitting wood.
You see just like this blood weeping out of the wood texture inside it. And the arms are kind of twitching, but they're separate and falling apart. And it's just nasty looking. And does anyone else have anything else that they would like to do? We can pretty much jump out of initiative at this point.
Kill the bugbear. I'm going to climb out to
A branch?
out on a branch and make sure that I'm also hidden. Yeah.
Okay, so you're like surveying the land.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm being sneaky.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll as the pitter-patter of goblin feet on the branch is going.
No.
You
Instead of a drop bear, we have a drop goblin.
12.
12? You believe that pretty much you are the knight.
I am the knight. Oh, that's in real life, though. Okay.
And the cleric's going to go to the
I
wizard?
wait.
Okay, so you walk up to the bugbear. I'm assuming you guys can like safely go around the bush. It's out of initiative, so you can take extra actions. You see he's got a pretty serious gut wound, but this really cool look of satisfaction on his face.
I don't even have to kneel now, so you can reach the wound.
Did this on purpose.
Sorry, not sorry.
Obviously, pick up my one
Sorry,
arrow.
not
Pick up an arrow.
Pretty much.
So will you use a spell or
You gonna
medicine?
medicine me or spell me?
I'll save this. Well, I'll save the spell and medicine.
I think you have to have the feet in order to give me hit points back with that.
Well,
But you could then use your hit dice when we take a break.
That's true. Is it mortal?
You think he'll live.
I get the feeling you'd think he'd live anyway.
1 hit point?
yeah, he's probably like, yeah, it's just a flesh wound.
So I
That's
kind of
right.
pat her on the shoulder and I say, "It's okay, little one. The voices, I can hear them. They're saying not to do it."
Mysterious moment.
And he just kind of laughs.
I'm just gonna shake my head and walk away because I'm the only one that's supposed to be hearing voices.
That's why he knows it. He was picking on you.
He's mysterious.
And so he walks back to the group, and should we check the...
Are you gonna give yourself stitches at least?
Well, we're on a short rest right now, so I can spend a hit dice to heal.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to do that.
I'm going to stop back over to the human, see if he's by chance still alive.
Once I roll a 1. No, he's still barely breathing. He's got one more, check to make.
Can I try and help him again?
You can try medicine.
Sweet.
You're like, I'm going to take a Twig Blight arm and stick it in the wounds.
Well, I mean, I just grabbed the Twig Blight and squeezed the blood back into it.
Put the blood back inside.
I'm sure that's how that works.
You're a green-blooded goblin.
And all of a sudden, the human turns into a Twig Blight.
If you
9.
9? You think you're doing a great job. You're better than most HMOs.
Now,
Anything's better than most things.
would it be?
Does he seem to be responding at all?
No, he doesn't seem to be recovering too quickly.
Can I use my nature to figure out what the heck these Twig Blights?
Oh.
Get some more information
Yeah.
about these Twig Blights. So I believe that'd be a nature. 20.
20. You know from your travels that there are situations where magical seeds and nature spirits can have bad recollections with each other and things can happen. And when this happens, sort of like how treants are like from good things. But this case, these are definitely not natural. These are abomination. I mean, your inner ranger wants to burn every one of them because you know
These are
that
bad
they
for
are
the forest.
they're not good for the forest. These things are obviously blood drinking vampires, but they're plants, which is like, who puts these two things together? And you definitely get the idea that you want to burn every one of these down. Period.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna suggest to the group I think we got a fresh supply of firewood that we need to take care of right now.
And actually, Tithe is actually kneeling down and starting to inspect it with Arcana.
Okay.
As he says that, we might be able to eat him. He got a 7.
You
Turn
probably
into
think you can
toothpicks.
eat them or use them as utensils, as the case may be.
I may have a wood carving kit.
But we can burn him.
But the ranger does pick up too that if these things were not moving, they could blend in flawlessly with the train.
Okay.
That if these things and all of a
They
sudden,
will
You'll
look
be
like
surrounded right
and
now.
exactly at that moment when you realize that you kind of like pick one up and drop it, and it's like if it was standing up and just still, and all of a sudden you hear this in the distance, and you're like, we could be surrounded right now.
We could really use a fireball right now.
Yeah,
I mean, really the
I'm
answer is to
thinking
burn down
we
the
need,
forest.
we
Right.
need to
I'm
burn
okay with
these
that.
bodies. We need to burn these abomination living trees.
We are.
Trees are living, I guess. Anyways. But you know
Not
what I mean.
everyone.
Animated trees.
We need to
The only
scorch
ones
this
in the
forest.
Yeah.
That's alignmentist, okay?
Yes, it is.
You can't
Okay.
box up Tithe.
So what you guys are taking your short rest, you're killing time, making a fire, cooking these well after you've inspected them, and you're like, yep, it's a tree. Gotta be an evil tree. That's
Can I
my-
take the average for the heal?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can take the average instead of rolling. You don't feel lucky, do you? The dice have been evil.
I only needed 5, so that's perfect.
Okay, so is there any plan you guys have as you're taking this rest? I mean, I'm assuming it's around the human.
Yeah, I want to, if he doesn't seem to be recovering on his own, I obviously can't help him, so I'm going to start rifling.
That was so close to a 1. So if you guys don't do anything, his wounds seem to stabilize. He's like in a mild coma and seems to be breathing and not bleeding out anymore. So he's stabilized. And as you start reaching through his pockets, you're going to be getting about 20 silver. As you've realized that apparently these things tried to kill him but didn't try to rob him. You get
That's what I'm here for.
a really handy dagger. It's just a podunk dagger. Must be his eating utensil / dagger / stabby thing. There is the longsword
I really
scabbard on his
I
hip.
really want to loot, but I really want to hide in this tree right now.
As all of a sudden a tree branch turns
Yeah,
and
I'm
looks
gonna-
at you.
Yeah.
No.
I think I'm
Guess
going
who
to
else
keep
steals
on.
trees?
Yeah, at least keep on just watching watching the surroundings.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception.
Yeah, 22.
Okay, you literally are doing the eat the wolf eye thing, where your eyes are like,
You're like,
And you're
Ears like cocking.
every time something moves, your eyes are, and you see the little bird flying away.
And then he goes and eats it.
So you have total overwatch on the area that you're ready to prepare for any danger that approaches. You will know.
Yeah.
Because you rolled like a boss. The rogue is hiding up in the bush.
They don't know that.
The bush might.
It might, but it hasn't told them.
Drop Goblin.
Okay. So you guys, pulled the things out of the, rifled the human.
And he has no, just like a woodsman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be just a working guy out in the woods who had a really bad day.
Sucks to be him.
Let's build him a shelter and kick some dirt on him.
I'm gonna go over to him. Well, since it wasn't your time to die, suppose I'll help you a little, and I break out some bandages and bandage his wounds.
Okay.
He's gonna live.
He will.
We don't get to eat him.
No, you don't get to eat him.
So you basically, kind of roll him over and bandage him up, so
Yeah.
that way, once he does wake up, he's going to be stabilized.
Why
Right.
would you want to eat them? Are you a dendritarian?
This is the human we're talking about.
Oh, the human. I thought we were still talking about the tree people. Never mind.
Hey,
No, that's how we
in the
cook.
bush.
That's how we cook them.
I mean,
That makes more sense, guys.
Okay.
it's not
Sorry.
my preferred meal, but there are times where you eat human. So you don't tell humans.
Leading time.
You don't. That's especially not a leading phrase. I've eaten human before.
It tastes just like chicken.
Your people are tasty.
Yes. Sometimes you need a little salt, but
Fine dining on human.
Sing me the
to
song of
serve
your people
man.
while I prepare dinner.
Human.
so you're gonna heal him.
With bandage.
Oh, good.
So go ahead and give me a medicine roll, because you could do well enough that you can wake him up.
So
He
I'm
might actually have some information we could find out.
It's like, do I want him to break it?
Well, if you do specifically want to not stir him, you can just tell me that, and you won't.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Let's see how the dice are. No, and not. Let's see.
doesn't
7?
count. It wasn't
A
in the
7?
bowl.
Yeah.
You think you're doing a good job of bandaging him. He's got
Yeah.
bandages everywhere, some around his neck, There's no wounds.
Tie those tighter.
Hey,
so-
you know what? I'm a little bit better at bandaging than that.
Well, the problem is it's the human anatomy. You're not quite
Yeah,
sure what all
okay.
the organs
I'll
are.
give you that. I'll give you that.
You're like, I've never saved one of these before.
Killed them.
You've seen mummies.
There we go. Isn't that how they're supposed to look when they're wrapped up?
So you
At
guys,
least the humans can wake up and go, "Oh my god!"
so you guys basically spend an hour working on him and burning the twig blights, and the ranger's like super paranoid right now.
Yeah.
Nature's out of balance.
Wait. I'm sure that they don't wait an hour to realize that I'm not with them, right?
Well, you are the rogue. They're used to you disappearing at random places and times.
Have any of them looked at my direction?
Have I noticed?
Ask them. You can't ask me that. They're not my players.
Have I noticed at least?
Too busy doing my, wrapping the mummy up. So.
Okay, well, if
If
one
the
of them
world
looks
is-
at me.
If the world is plus or minus one goblin,
Nice.
I mean,
There's-
I wouldn't notice.
There's
I'm gonna
green in your
practice
ledger.
microphone.
But we'd miss the mouse.
I know. That's the only reason we care.
It is my ally.
And with that, it's like, where's the mouse? I haven't seen the mouse in a while.
Yeah. I love that.
And at that point, I leap from the tree acrobatically and land like this.
It's like, oh, it's you.
I'm serious.
Where's the
Uh-huh.
mouse?
That's what I'm doing.
You can give me acrobatics for that.
16.
Okay? You hit your spot like a gymnast. Been here the whole time.
And then I assume that they have 0 reaction, and then I also have 0 reaction and walk up to the group.
As the mouse comes out and goes,
It's like,
Oh, there you are.
The mouse. It's going to be our team mascot.
That's our banner!
That's our.
No, actually, in true bugbear form, after the clap, you
It's
hear
gonna be exactly like that.
Fire.
Mouse on fire.
This mouse is on fire. Okay, so you guys get all packed up after your brief break. It's good because you're traveling cross country. It's good to take that little break, especially when humans come flying out of the woods. Mm-hmm. So you guys are heading back on the path that the ranger says. It's this direction. And by the way, I give me a survival roll real quick.
Don't kill us, please.
6.
You're like,
We run into all the other tree creatures.
well basically,
Yeah.
he looks down at the ground and he does this little. These strange creatures don't leave tracks because apparently the tracks just disappear. Maybe because it doesn't really have.
Because that's
feet
where a
per
tree
se.
is.
Yeah.
As
There
he
are
walks
no more
into the
tracks.
bush, and the bush goes.
There are no more tracks. Thunk. Oh, a tree.
I don't see any footprints.
So you've got that. You've got that from that earlier roll from survival. You know where you're going.
Okay.
Of course, now you're a whole bunch more on guard.
Yeah.
That there's evil trees.
Yes.
And then you guys keep walking for about another 2 hours, and you end up finding a dead goblin. And this goblin looks horrible.
Poor goblin.
But he's also dead.
And he's just emaciated and exsanguinated. You just see him all mummified, and it just looks like this has happened a couple days ago. And it's got a bunch of holes in it and there's not a spot of blood on the ground.
Oh.
So they were way better at their job than the ones that tried to attack us.
Yeah, and like from my earlier inspection of these critters, we I already relayed they're kind of vampiric in nature, or did I? Or
Yeah. You guys definitely got that these things are drinking blood.
Yeah.
The worst part is you see this, you realize there's like 4 bushes around the body.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Now, do you guys want to approach it or just give it a wide berth?
White
Approach.
Climb a tree.
Give me the mouse.
Back up, buddy.
Anything against the road, the mouse lives.
The mouse is gonna live forever, guys. It's an enchanted mouse.
The mouse just got to live.
Can I enchant my mouse?
If you take a class that will let you do it, sure.
I'm gonna get this mouse enchanted. That is my goal for the rest of the game, is to get this mouse enchanted.
First, we need to give him giant growth, so he's no longer a little mouse.
No.
Then you can
I
ride
want
him
him
to
to be
battle.
little. They're handy when they're little.
So are you actually approaching?
Yeah.
Pull
And
your battle
seeing
axe
this,
out?
I start walking up next to him as he's drawing his battle axe, and I start sheathing the blade with green flame again.
I'm going to not go among the bushes, but I will have the bow at ready.
You're covering from a distance?
Yes.
And as we all walk up,
If they're walking up, I'll walk
it's
up.
just bushes.
Well, no,
Okay,
surely.
so you guys are coming up to the desiccated corpse. You guys are like within 5 feet, and the bushes seem to have not attacked yet. What do you do?
It's a trap.
I kick the goblin.
And you just hear this horrible sound that's almost like over dry wood crinkling, and as the body moves, rigor mortis mixed with no blood, which means rigor mortis really didn't do much except for the tendons, and it's crackly sound.
Is it wearing anything, or is it just a dead naked goblin?
The goblin does have a little tunic on. It's got a little symbol drawn on it, and he does have a little coin purse on him.
What's the symbol?
Basically, it looks like just his clan symbol. That it's a funky foot and a head, but you can't tell exactly what it is because the crude goblin,
Right.
tabardry.
All right. I'll reach out and grab the coin purse.
Okay. It's got, you feel it. It's got some weird consistency in it when you pop it open. All of a sudden, you notice it's got some, rabbit skull and some teeth, the silver-plated teeth. And
I toss it to the other goblins because obviously this is something your people
You guys
do.
have about 45 minutes.
Okay. Because whoever wants it, it's about, believe it or not, 6 gold pieces worth of stuff.
I want it.
Because, it's real silver teeth from people, and the little bric-a-brac of the skull.
I'm going to guess, if anything, the rogue would probably be more motivated to swiftly snatch up.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm gonna
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to say-
somersault into the way.
Yeah.
to grab it.
I'd be interested, but I'm thinking the rogue's going to beat me out anyways.
And you notice the bushes don't seem to be reacting whatsoever.
Well, that's good.
You're getting the inclination that these are probably real bushes. You can by all means touch
I don't
them
like
with
the
your
fact
weapon.
that we're in a
I
world where we
attempt
have
to
to question
disbelieve.
that.
Okay. You think at any moment the bush will attack.
I'm ready for an attack.
You ready your action for when the bush lunges.
He's like, don't fear the bush.
Show no fear.
Don't fear the bush. Make the bush fear you.
Would it be a nature check for me to try to try to kind of ascertain if these are regular bushes or
You
not?
can do the roll, but you're definitely getting the idea that they're probably almost definitely.
Okay.
You can roll.
All right, I got a 12 with
At
for
12,
nature.
you're pretty sure that this bush is just a bush.
This bush.
How far to the ravine?
How far to the ravine?
You should be within like an hour's walk of it, if not less.
Yeah, there might not be much more for us at this location.
Mm-hmm.
If we've already apparently picked over and gotten the teeth of the teeth treasure,
I'm
the
so
dental treasure,
happy.
the dental treasure of this goblin.
Someone's toothy grin.
Ah, there we go.
Now you just need to find the skull so you can get the whole collection.
Oh, there you go. There.
I'm just
Display
going to
case.
put them in the rabbit mouth. I'm going to do like that crazy mixed taxidermy thing and put them in the rabbit mouth.
So your mouse with a rabbit skull helmet.
I was thinking that as soon as you said your mouse, I was like, oh my god, this is going to happen.
Mouse comes
I'm
out,
going
gives
to
you
make
the
a
thumbs
battle
up.
armor for my mouse.
Okay, so
I mean, really, I was going to say, it's like you read my mind.
So you guys come through the forest. It abruptly opens up from the forest area to a little plains. It looks like something did something to the ground here is why the trees are not here. It's just like
Because they all got up and walked away.
He came after us.
But if you get to this ravine, it's basically a like 20-foot gap ravine, and this sucker goes for about 200 feet. It's a pretty big dank hole. And if you'd like to do a survival roll,
like who doesn't?
you guys notice that there happens to be 3 pillars on one side, 3 pillars on another side. It looks like multiple times people have tried to put rope bridges across it because, you do this. But they're really crappy rope bridges.
This is a common adventure
What,
route.
what crappy? My 7 probably thinks they're pretty good.
Your 7 thinks they're sturdy.
Oh God.
So, you said that the bag has silver teeth and a rabbit skull.
Uh-huh.
That was it? Okay.
Yeah, basically a bunch of different little pieces of things, and like some raw silver ore. And
Okay.
I mean, for you, it's like a huge treasure trove. I mean, for goblins, it's pretty good swag. So I'll kind of centralize this. Is anyone willing to go and look at the edge of this ravine? Okay, you have dark vision, so there's no problem. I mean, the sun is getting set in the distance, but you're like, you know what? You have no problem going in a dark hole. You peek over and realize there's a little drop that comes down to a platform, and then a switchback that goes down a long ways. When you look down, you realize that this hole is more than just a hole. As I pull up a picture. And we tell ISO to not update the damn phone right now because we're using it. And when you look down, it looks like this. You can see that inside the hole, there's basically a crushed, pulled-in, sunk castle, an entire freaking castle inside this hole. And you can see how the ravine's puckered out and has a little switchback.
So you're saying that there's a small drop. Is there anything like ropes hanging over the side to make it easier to get back out?
Not really. If you give me a perception,
So
we might be able to get you some
So
more.
They
far-
are, but they're all bloody and singed.
Yeah. Oh God. Hey, why are you doing this to me? Where are you? It was 5, 6, 7. Oh,
A 7. You think that it's just going to be a hard climb down to this little ledge.
Okay.
And then once you get to the ledge, these are practically stairs carved out.
Yeah, it's just going to be impossible to get back out.
And I think it's time to use a different 20.
Time to shame that 20.
Actually, this one's been very good to me. It's just not liking my knife.
Yep, not tonight.
This one's never nice to me.
Maybe you should get rid of it.
Oh no, it's a collector's.
Just kidding, don't do that.
Yeah.
Banish
Just don't
it
ever
from,
use its roll.
Banish it from ever gaming
I have
again.
a lot of dice.
It's an absolute tabletop D20.
Awesome.
I have a lot of dice that are weird things I've just collected for things I don't even know what they're for, but they just were like so strange I had to have them.
They looked cool.
Yeah.
Magic potion dice.
I'm actually getting the rogue.
The rogue set, you got it?
I got it.
Nice.
Did we pick a color?
They won't tell the end.
Yeah, till it's done. Well, it's done, but they'll give you the little booster kit. Because I know Kelly's super excited. We're getting 2 different colors, plus she got the D20
I love it.
lock.
Yeah, the locket.
She went nuts the last day of the Kickstarter. All of a sudden I realized, wow, you went really nuts, honey. Good thing I didn't buy one for myself. We can share her sets.
Okay, so I will explain that, it'll be a little bit of a challenge to get down. Not much, but it seems to be pretty easy enough to go further.
Why does anyone else want to look over the edge?
After she says that, I'll go investigate.
You're
How close is this to the pillars?
basically, this spot is right between the pillars. So you have
Okay.
3 pillars, which you could attach ropes to.
Yeah.
If you happen to have a pack with ropes.
And,
I
and
do.
how far is the drop?
I
is that?
do.
Yeah.
It is about a 20-foot drop.
That's nothing.
It's enough that it would kill you if you fell.
If you don't, yeah.
I'm not
Or
gonna
if-
fail.
Or if someone threw
That's
you
just
off.
silly.
Okay.
Get him down there.
I
That'd be
have
an
a
athletics
50-foot
check.
rope.
Okay, so you're gonna set your rope up so that way there's a nice exit rope in case you need it.
Does anyone remember rope use? Man,
Oh.
that's a
Wow.
call. That's a
Old-
call.
Is that an old
In
skill?
game.
Your magic knowledge. Okay, so is anybody else setting up ropes? I mean,
Sure.
and does anyone have a climbing kit? I
Um,
don't think anyone
No,
does.
no,
But I figured I'd throw it
Yeah.
out there.
Just rope.
The goblin equivalent: chicken bones and sinew.
You know what? I will try and climb down without.
Without?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone who's getting ready to climb down, you can make a perception roll.
13?
14.
I'm gonna climb down on someone else's rope.
Okay. You're
instinct.
you're small. You can jump on their back and give them
There we go.
disadvantage.
Perfect.
So you two, as you look down, mainly because you kind of like look. There's crude handholds going down.
Ooh, I'll just use those.
So anyone who uses the handholds would actually have advantage on your climb roll because it almost is like goblins come in and out of this all the time, and somebody keeps stealing their damn rope, so they give up using the rope. But the rope is even better still. I mean, because
It's rope.
Well, hopefully it'll
But
still be there.
I don't trust goblin rope. Good hobgoblin rope.
which is really the entrails of your enemies.
Right, exactly.
Woven ever so nicely.
But only specifically the ones that you have seen driven before you and heard the lamentations of their women.
It's what gives it that extra tensile strength.
And by all means, you can lower one person down at a time with a rope too. You could just do, 2 of you guys working together with the strength check to drop someone down, or you guys can climb down.
No, that's good.
Okay, I mean, many options of how you want to get down.
When you climb a wall, is it dex or strength?
It's for climbing is strength, which is the one disadvantage why you don't see goblins jumping down from everything. Until you run into, wolf spider clan goblins. Then they're riding spiders that jump down on top of you.
So make a strength check to go down the.
Mm-hmm. Now just remember, those in heavy armor, it's a disadvantage, which if you have advantage is now just a straight roll. And you can also say something tricky like, I use the rope for as we go down as a safety line just in case. If you say that and you slip, you get a second chance, in my opinion, because you're saying you're establishing smart tactics and things.
Yeah, but what if you're not actually smart and
I was
you're not
gonna-
role playing
Yeah.
correctly?
I said the goblins, though.
It could be you
I'm
saw
smart.
someone of the smarter members do it, and you're like, that's
Yeah,
a
I'm
really
smart.
smart idea. I don't want to die.
Smart.
Smart.
I'm I'm just gonna scramble down.
Okay.
We're saying So
So you're going to use the handholds?
handholds like an advantage.
Yep.
And
15? That makes
I got
makes down
10. Is it straight strength or athletics?
there. Athletics.
Then it's 12.
Okay.
I will attempt to repel.
Okay.
That is 18. It's athletics.
Yep.
18.
Okay. So you zip down.
Propelling.
Our cleric is like, yes, the rope is the way to go.
You asshole.
Oh no.
12.
But
Wait, you have that ability as a hobgoblin that if people
you're
are
being
watching
witnessed.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to
you,
use
the
that
cleric
now?
can say, "Witness me."
Witness me. I love that.
You've got 6 people watching, or 5
So,
people.
so you
I
could
would-
add a +5 to that.
I
if you'd
could,
like.
and
And-
in that case, it would be a 17.
So you start to stumble, but all of a sudden, all eyes look at you, and you're like,
No.
"I got this." Immediately, your
Look
hands
how majestic she
strengthen
does.
with your survival instinct that you will not fail in front of others, especially as the chosen of your God, the
Well-
lesson to your people that you are, and you find the strength to choke down on the rappelling line and zip down safely.
I'm going down the little handholds.
You're using the handholds. You're scampering.
Yes. 22.
Okay, so you don't need your second roll for advantage. You're
I'm going to use the rope and the handholds
okay.
because I'm smart, usually.
Hey,
And that is a total of a 20.
Oh, that'll do it. So you guys all safely make it down there. You've got the rope back up in case, it's hard to get up there with the ledge. Because somebody could always cast like slipperiness on the wall, and that would suck. Only like a...
Be kind of funny, though.
Oh, yeah, it'd be hella funny for the other guy.
No, it wouldn't.
Well, for those of us who, didn't use handholds, it'd be hilarious.
Pretty sure we can burn rope.
Okay, so you guys are pretty much all up here.
Pretty sure I cannot heal you.
I don't plan on getting hit.
Or the mouse.
That's just mean. That's unacceptable. These people won't stand for that.
Me.
That's rodent abuse.
Can't.
I hid him amongst the twigs.
Sliding.
I'm a slippery little goblin.
He's a slippery little goblin. So you guys are all here. So you know the switchback is mostly going to be single file. So what marching order are you guys going to pick? This is an important question.
You have a shield. You get.
I'm a paladin. I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll bring up the rear.
I'm in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
I'd say mid.
You're bringing up the rear.
I say
I'll
mid
just,
mid rear
set
because
you guys
I'm
in a
ranged.
straight line here.
Yeah, I'm near the
I'm
back.
probably right behind the paladin.
Because
So I'm ready for a
you're
fight.
already there.
He can reach over my shoulder and do it.
Okay, where's the rogue going to be? Now remember, the rogue can't share a
Yeah,
square.
we can.
Both you guys can be in squares with people.
Yeah, I'll share with the cleric.
I'll
Okay?
be behind that.
So literally you
Wait,
got this
be
little
behind?
goblin crawling up next to you with his bow all ready. The rogue is just hanging out with the bugbear.
I got you covered.
Saying, I'm going
You
to
gotta
ride
heal
you
me.
into
If
battle.
that happens.
Okay, so you guys are starting to cautiously go down as a group, keeping in formation. So it's, if you had initiative, you're holding your action for the person in front of you to go. So you guys are... You go down the switchback and you're dropping an elevation rather quickly.
But
Wait.
safely.
Safely, yes.
Intendedly.
So
Intendedly.
Paladin, give
Intentionally.
me a
Words
perception
are
roll.
hard.
You're channeling your inner goblin.
I am.
12.
12. You wait for me to roll a d20 on you real quick to see if you do see something. So you get to roll. You see nothing. But you do notice on the ground that there's lots of debris that looks like leftovers from bones. But they're chewed so small that it almost blends in with the rock in the ground.
So you see bone sand.
That's a good word for it. Okay, so you guys continuing on.
Maybe words aren't so hard.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're overtaking the paladin.
I want to stand on the outcropping. What's that for?
It's an outcropping.
I want to stand there.
He's like, stop pushing. I push her off.
And I do some sort of cartwheel and land on my feet. And I want to just perceive.
Go for it. You've got the 60 feet of night vision. There's a hint of lights on the horizon coming in the chasm.
You perceive the ground rushing at you.
Yeah.
They're goblins. I think they bounce.
If not,
That's
we'll
children.
there's more.
Children bounce.
Only when goblins steal them.
Well, you got your proficiency though.
And then that's just a +2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so then I
The thing
put in
about
the wrong
goblins
things.
is if they don't bounce, there's always more.
They multiply fast enough. It's not like you're gonna hurt the
17.
Oh my god. So you gaze, take this moment, you do the whole Assassin's Creed thing where you
Oh,
go
no, I
ski
totally- I'm
eagle, scream as you're looking, and a beautiful 360 view comes around.
I get motion
have your
sick just
camera
from
and you go
watching
like
that,
this.
so it sounds like a terrible
And you're
idea.
realizing the crashed castle down there, you could actually climb over walls to get into it, as opposed to going to where this little switchback goes down, 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 and then it comes into a crack in the wall. That seems to be well traveled, that things going in and out of the crack in the wall. But there is a wall that you could scamper over and pop mysteriously anywhere in the castle, it looks like. But a lot of it is all enclosed inside the castle.
Well,
And then all of a sudden, with your amazing perception, you hear, your cute little mouse, little squeak, chew sound, squeak, squeak, squeak. Then you realize it's not your mouse, because he's in this shoulder, not that shoulder. And then you look, and you notice that there is a ROUS.
Animal handling, no.
Do you have that here?
Well, no, the regular skill, but I have proficiency in that. No.
I alert
No,
everybody
no.
to the things I've
Would
seen.
not be
And
helpful
you
for a
notice-
violent.
It's like, yeah.
That at a little hidey hole to... Oh yeah, it is the ROUS. Two large, especially to your goblin eyes, giant rats come out.
This is not okay. I tuck my balls into my pocket.
Don't get lost, my little friend.
I don't believe they exist.
Like, we got more here.
Yeah,
That means anyone failed the perception check.
I whistle to get people's attention and point.
And you point at them?
And I point at the bad guys.
Uh-oh.
And the other bad guys.
Especially
All
when
the
you
bad
notice
guys.
that they scamper up the wall where they apparently had a little hole underneath the ledge.
What?
Guess where the bone sand came from?
Yep.
Not my nose.
Oh, well, we're just gonna put the other two where they're supposed to be. Your paladin's witnessing one come lumbering out of there. They're just rodents of unusual size. They're still goblin size. They're just unusual size. And you all know for a fact they're good eating. I'm just saying, they're good eating.
I'm sure I've had a few myself.
Well, I'm definitely, as soon as I saw them and whistled, drawing my bow.
Okay. Okay.
I think they're close.
Is that the
they're-
bow sound?
I was like,
That was the closest thing I could come with on the fly.
We're gonna
Yeah.
need you to work on
I
that.
I think they're close enough in that I'm going to be holding my swords at the ready.
Whipping out your short swords.
Yeah.
Apparently something must be going on the internet because my phone is going nuts. Keep saying I've got a Skype call, which I took yesterday.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll initiative. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
yeah.
15.
20. Good dice roll.
Nice.
5.
You'll hold the line, 16.
Hold the line. Dun, dun,
Well, it's
dun,
better
dun.
than what I did have. Still crap.
I can do
What's
this
that?
all day
I'm realizing
long.
it's also narrow. I'm small
Zero.
enough that I don't have to worry about like blocking, impeding you guys, or you
You know,
impeding
there
me.
is something to be said about the healer going last. I mean, it does give the healer all the options. 'Cause
Yeah.
the healer goes first. It's like,
Reactive.
I don't heal. And what did the wizard get?
A 19.
Like, oh, damn.
Almost as awesome as me.
Almost.
Just wait till I get polymorph self.
No thanks.
Incorrect. That is not a 1. That is a 2. 3. I feel like I'm missing some. 5. 6. 7. So the rogue obviously goes first because she's the one who spotted these rodents.
I mean, it only
And-
makes sense. I'm really glad that the dice agreed with me.
And she sent out her "We have giant rats attacking us" call. Which what is that call?
Apparently, I can't whistle today.
Did mouse speak and only mouses can hear it?
Yeah.
Obviously, the giant rats are insulted by whatever you just said. At a hearing that only animals with ultrasonic hearing can hear.
So he's fine. Do you gain that by like proximity? I think you gain it.
Yeah.
So
Something's off. I sense a disturbance in the force.
I sense
Wait, this is
rodents
the
of
wrong
unusual
game.
size.
All right.
You have options. I mean, you're in a perfect spot.
I know.
right there.
That's why I'm gonna shoot them.
Which one are you gonna shoot? You got options, except for these two. You got like options all
I'm
along.
gonna shoot at this one and hope that I shoot so awesomely that the arrow goes straight through and hits another one. That's what I want to happen.
At least that's the story the bards are gonna say.
Yes, I will
Okay.
pay them.
That's what bards do.
8. So not awesome.
Obviously startled, your mouse is like clinging on to you, realizing, oh god,
I shoved my
Giant-
mouse in the pocket.
the giant rats are gonna get me. And you pop off the shot super early. And it just like hits the ground and skitters past all 3 of those rats, and they literally do the whole as the arrow slides across the floor and then
I've
tumbles off,
distracted them, guys.
tumbles off the ledge, and you just hear this little tink, 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 as this arrow is falling down.
and down.
Echo, 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 echo.
Oh man.
Okay.
That could have been so awesome.
But then the wizard's turn. His intellect keen to danger. He agrees with you on the danger of these giant rats that have appeared miraculously.
So this is an open area in front of me?
It's basically it's a ledge going down that has a little switchback.
Well, I'm saying where these other 2 are.
These guys
Can I
are
see
up
them?
ahead of you. You can't really see them.
Okay.
See? You didn't even see the one that disappeared.
What about those ones that are down there?
Down here, you can see them by looking. There's a little bit of
These 2 more.
These are 2 more that came crawling up when the scritches and scratches sound happened.
What would be the range between me and the closest one down there? 15?
For down here, I'd say 15.
Okay. So as I step back and I start moving my hands, this light starts crackling from my fingertips. As the more I move my hand, it turns into this rope, and I just reach down and I lash out at it, and it makes a DC 12 saving throw against strength.
Against strength. Oh my god.
You made it.
So it made a 16. It's -2.
Yeah. So in that case, the spell fails. So
Apparently, when you lashed out, you went for the fattest, chunkiest one that actually has like little rat biceps, and it just like grabs onto the gravel when your lightning lash hits it, and just like refuses to give up the ghost.
yeah. So basically, it lashes out and cracks, and it crackles, and then that's my action.
Okay, and you're hearing crackle, 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 crackle. thunder echo. Echoing down, then echoing back up. Okay, so now
I was just announcing our entrance.
I already did that. You know, there's no worries.
so now it's the rat's turn. So this greedy bastard's gonna go after some paladin leg there. No. Jesus Christ, they do a lot of damage.
That's not an encouraging thing to hear.
To throw you off your game somehow.
I'm really glad I stepped onto this outcropping here and brought this all down on us.
Well, there could have been worse places for it to happen, I think.
Probably.
Bad side,
Thanks,
21.
Sandra.
Good side, only 1 point of damage. And then comes its hungry buddy. And since they are small, they can share the same square. It's like flashbacks of EQ with the rats.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. Well, a 22 hits you for 4 points of damage.
Ouch.
You're being nibbled to death.
Little bite marks. These two are going to come up to the rear. It's like you have big, tasty hobgoblins on both ends here.
Yeah.
The first one, it's gonna snarl and rear and bite. Well, a 6 hit you? Will a... That was an 8, right? Oh, where's it? 6? That's 6. Well, a 19 hit you.
A 19 over.
Okay, for 3 points damage. And these are coming down here waiting for food to come down to them. Except for that one. That one's going to want to come up the stairs. Get that waddling rodent of unusual size.
I'm going to eat that one.
Actually, you know what? That one's going to try. It's going to be horrible because they're -2 strength. He's going to try to climb up to get to the same spot where the goblin is. The food's just too tempting up there, and she's in the bathroom.
And she's in the bathroom.
It jumps, and much like she did on the tree, it slides down. You look down, and one of the rats was going to climb up the wall to get you, and then it jumped.
It pulled me.
It pulled to you, and then slid down the wall.
Take
Its little
that.
rat butt curling up. Big, big, ugly rat.
That's adorable.
So then it comes back to the paladin who's been getting nibbled on.
The one that bit me, I'm going to just slash.
Okay.
Question. I'm threatening, so he's at advantage, right?
What's that?
My quarterstaff is threatening with my 5-foot reach, additional reach.
You have to be opposite for the flanking. But that's actually a good point that you can go beep over his head with your gorilla arms. I almost forgot about that one. It's like, that's true. You can.
Don't mind the stench of my
17 hits.
armpits.
Oh, 17? Yeah, that would hit. These things seem even more ponderous than the little twig guys.
Is 9.
Okay, so basically you swing with your you just go stick, and the thing falls over with a big gash through its rib cage that obviously hit the heart, and it just.
That's dinner.
To which I'm debating which one of these rats will go for it next. Okay.
I add their tail to my necklace.
That's a pretty
Would you like to do any movements?
I'm just kidding. Clearly, it's going to be a belt.
Would you like to do any movements
Right.
or anything?
Captain accessory.
Opportunity attack city.
You could
They're
be
small
crazy
still, right?
and
Rat
jump
leather
down.
shoes.
You would take some damage, maybe, unless you make a dex save
Would
to
you
land
try to get my
safely.
belt?
Wouldn't athletics work for that?
Well, you can't really do a skill because you just did an attack.
Okay.
But if you do
Make
a
my
reflex
mouse
save,
leather armor
basically
out
a
of
dex
rat.
save when you land and you make it, you're fine. If you're not, you'd end up falling. So that would mean taking damage, which would really hurt because falling
mean-
damage hurts in D&D.
I know that you guys have seen
Can I
my
step-
awesome drawing, but
can I
I'm
step
capable of actual drawings,
Because it's small, can I step?
and I really
You,
want
you can't
to
step
make
through a
it
square that they're
a reality.
Okay, it's because they're small.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so great.
You could try to bowl through them, I think.
You could do a shove or a bull rush to basically open them up.
All right, I will do so.
Okay.
Straight strength.
Let's see, you're gonna love how I'm gonna do this. I'm going to grab a player's guide because Dan is new to the 5th edition.
You look for the page.
Your head is so warm.
That's so random. Shoving your creature right there. Go ahead and tell the group what you will be doing.
Using an attack action, you can make a
I
special.
mean, your head is so. Sorry.
Using the attack action, you can make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or push it away from you. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them. The target must be no more than one size larger than you and must be within your reach. Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics check, contested by the target's strength athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check. The target chooses the ability to
GM
use.
scoffs.
If you win the contest,
I'm
you either
very
knock the
afraid
target
of it.
prone or push it 5 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and choose strength just because it's fun and I want to see you do a This is Sparta. This is Sparta.
I'm going to knock it prone.
Okay.
So,
Well, you don't want to go with the shove? Because if you shove it back, it'll then be here. I mean, granted, its buddy could come up and take its place, but... Because then, you know...
Some room to.
Isn't that one? How many were there?
This is the one you just
Okay.
killed.
So,
They were occupying the same square.
Okay.
So here's where he is. And if you shove him back 5, he's there.
okay, I'll shove it back 5.
Then you could just repeatedly do it 3 times until he goes off the edge.
Okay, and that's... Okay, and I'm using
Athletics.
athletics.
Can you beat a 0 because he's -2 to strength?
I can with an 8.
The mere fact that he rolled a 2 and he's -2. So yeah, you're easily knocking him back. You're getting, a whole, hissy fit from the rat as you do the kick and the rat's flying. Okay?
Right.
You can move if you would like.
I will step up to him.
Okay? You can go to here if you want. Because that one doesn't have attack on you.
Okay, then yeah, I'll step to the side that way.
That way you have a
Freeze.
wall to your back. Granted, it's a wall that has a whole rat hole in it, but hey.
Where the rats came out of. Yeah. Yeah. I'll put my back to that.
Okay? That seems safe. Okay, so, Ranger.
Yes.
You sense Ranger danger.
Yeah, I will. I am glad that I grabbed my swords out instead of my bow, and I can go right underneath the hobgoblin fighter's feet.
Mm-hmm.
And
You are tiny and he is a friend. As all of a sudden swords come right up between your legs.
Okay, yeah, that's a little...
2 of them.
Too close. Like, ah!
All right, I'm gonna try a two weapon attack.
Okay.
So for the first attack, I do get my damage bonus.
Yep.
And, a 18
That will hit.
for 7 damage.
7 damage exactly.
Yeah, and then
Wait. Your first attack seems to come right behind the neck of the rat and just come straight down, and you just see the legs sprawl out for your 7 points of damage. Not that I'm saying the exact number that you need to hit to kill a giant rat, but your first sword strike
I am that
kills
good.
one,
I am that good.
and you can follow up with your second on the other one. I'm
Second
assuming.
one with a 16 plus
That
5
will hit.
for 2 damage.
2 damage as you basically your backhand, you stab and then you backhand. Yeah. Okay, and this rat's unhappy because it's not got a big gash across its forehead, and it's looking at you with its one good eye, the blood dripping
He's
down.
only pretending that he's unhappy. He's really excited about the cool scar.
Only if
He's
you
gonna
just-
he's gonna have a story for his right
I
friends.
speak rodent.
He's going to be a pirate.
And now with his crotch exploding swords, the fighter's turn.
Sorry, I didn't hear about that.
Awkward.
And find the goods.
Yeah.
All right. The remaining rat that is in front of me ish. I'm going to swing at it.
Okay. Take your axe down and cut some wood.
Two-handed. Oh, that's terrible. That would be an 8.
So you swing, but you know what it was? The little goblin threw you off.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, and seconds before you swung, it comes popping out of your crotch, killing one and stabbing the second one. And the problem is, it must have been that first one that died that you were aiming for because you missed. I mean, you literally, whoosh. And you even hear that whoosh, 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 or the echo. Are you good with where you're standing? I mean, you could always,
well, I have a.
You could always step on the other goblin.
Yeah, I'll step on. I'll step on the other goblin.
Because technically, it does not give attack of opportunity. So you're stepping back, leaving Mr. Ginsu alone. You're like, you got this.
Yes.
You got this, man.
I'm a little bit worried about giving you room to swing here.
Yeah, this is really for my safety.
And now it is the cleric's.
The cleric is in the middle of all of this and is not going to be...
You have a great view of this guy, great view of that guy, this guy coming up, and you can kind of see that guy over there. So you're in a great position.
I'm in a great... I can see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now getting to things are entirely different. So, because I'm like in the middle of this puppy pile. So I'm going to hold my action. So.
Okay, what are you going to hold? You're holding what to what?
I am going to just have my warhammer at the ready, just in case one gets close by.
And for those at home, that was a silent thumbs up while I was drinking. Okay, so basically you're ready. First rat that comes within striking distance, you're just going to crack them.
Correct.
Okay. So back to the magical top of the order. Just because Ashley's coming back in.
I brought
she
chips.
found some snakes.
All right.
It had to be the noisy food. So it is your turn. The hobgoblin fighter is standing on you in a friendly way, and you have
I didn't think it was another kind of way.
the wounded rat there and the unwounded rats down there, and of course this one's you could try to take a shot at.
Nah, there's a bunch of people that I probably shouldn't shoot in the way.
And this one's in the clear.
Oh, it is.
Yes. What would you like to do?
Mostly murder.
Give your mouse a sister or a brother.
I'm going to shoot at the one that's right below me.
The one right below you that tried to climb up that was a horrible climber?
That one. 14.
That will hit.
Alright.
So you just kind of do the whole lean straight down and just plunk the arrow right into him.
I think it's dead.
What'd you do?
11.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Apparently my arrow exploded.
As it slid, you just hit the top of its head into the ground. It is never to move again.
I'm going to skin that sucker and have a skull that is impaled with an arrow. It's happening.
Are you good with where you're standing?
Yeah.
You're almost in a perfect place for the rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then it is our wizard's turn.
So Tithe begins walking forward, sheathing his quarterstaff with green flame as he steps up and...
One square, because you can reach.
Yeah. So technically the one directly in front of me...
You could splash it.
Is
the fire damage.
Advantage, right? He's within reach because I have 5 foot additional reach.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also threatened by...
Well, if Dan was opposite, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically just like flanking. If he was around, then you guys would have both of you getting combat advantage. Which might be what the paladin will do next. If it's still alive.
The paladin, that is.
No, the rat.
Right.
Alright, so I am going to strike at the one on the left then.
Okay.
And roll a 1. And then a 12. So, do you have any throw rules or break rules?
What do you mean?
Like if you roll a 1, do you... break the weapon.
Well, usually I love to do the crit fails. We do have an option, because it could be cool to see
Do
your
it.
staff go flying down this thing, you don't have to go retrieve it later.
Mhm.
Or I could whip out the... Did I bring the crit deck? I don't think I did. I actually have a crit failed deck. Problem is, as a GM, I have to take out like half the cards, because half the cards are way too dangerous for the players.
Well, I
Because-
asked because usually we just re-roll, and then if it's like a 1 to 5, you do actually lose the weapon.
Oh, you do the Pathfinder style.
So it's up to you, though.
In this case, I will say you basically will disarm yourself by accident, but you don't throw it off the ledge. Basically, you swing and you overcorrected, so it basically will skitter behind the rat.
Okay. Yeah, and it fizzles out as it
The flame
rolls over there.
wafts away as the rat's just like jumps out of the way as it comes tumbling down, like the edge precariously sticking over the ledge.
Dang it. Son of a biscuit eater. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, anything for your move?
No, not right now,
Okay.
unless
Or do you have any spells that can be used as a bonus?
do not. I avoided taking too many spells that required them to save, because right now it's kind of, shabby.
Saves are tough when you're at 12 and 13.
Yep.
Okay. So, it's the rat's turn. This rat is going to kind of like perch its head up, grab the dead rat, and it's going to try to run away with it. Now, granted, you could stop it because, the rat's being pulled away, the corpse, for feeding purposes. You guys could get an attack of opportunity to keep that from happening.
Take it.
Okay, give me basically make it like an athletics roll to stomp down on the rat or to grab it.
12.
Okay, it starts to scurry away at the body, and do you stomp on it or grab it?
Just step on it.
Okay, so you step on the rat tail and it just, and it's like screw this crap, and it's heading down. It's got no money in this fight right now. You just wanted a meal. Damn nasty things. Damn nasty peoples. This one, however, is going to go after you. Because, he's a jerk. That and his retreat hole is behind you, so. Never mess with a cornered rat. It's a 10?
10. Can I get those of you who have cabs to come
Sure.
start paying out your cabs?
No.
Will a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay, so you get this horrible sound of rat teeth on metal.
Screech!
So this rat, after seeing its bestie die, is going to go for you.
Yeah, and I got him a bit too.
Yeah, you cut his face, and
Yeah.
literally you're practically looking eye to eye with him.
I'm really interested.
Your feral... Oh, will a unnatural 20 hit
Yeah.
for 4 points of damage.
Ouch.
As he... Apparently, your leather armor does not stop rat teeth. And you know what? He's actually going to retreat, because he's one of the few that has a clear retreat to his hidey hole.
Well, that's opportunity, right?
That's an attack of
All right,
opportunity.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a stab. 16 plus 5, 21
That will hit.
for 6.
That will kill. So as he turns around to run, you just and sever his spinal cord through it, right just above his hips, and he just flops.
Fatality.
That is like the worst way to go.
I know. Flops with the spinal severed and the twitching and the nastiness. Poor rat. I'm sorry. I'm sad for my rat. Paladin, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try and kill a rat.
Okay.
20
Yeah, that will hit.
and 10.
10? 10 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, you just bring the longsword down and just shish kebab with the rat. Okay, you good with where you're standing?
Is there any... Nope, there's no path to get 2 more rats, so I will... Okay, I'll take the...
Leap.
Well, it's the stairs, so
I'll go run.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're
Making
charging
so
the
much
rat.
more epic.
You're doing a Han Solo after the rat. Until all of a sudden the 3 rats gang up on you. Okay, so...
Dirty rats.
Damn dirty rats. It
Wait,
is
didn't
our-
I kill that one?
You did kill that one. Good
Stop
catch.
it.
So it is our ranger's turn.
Alright, let's see. How can I reach him without dropping to...
You make the most amazing acrobat or athletic.
The
jump ever.
other thing I was thinking of, though, is running over and playing fetch and tossing back the staff to their wizard.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if I'm gonna have the I don't have enough movement to get there, but I think I'm gonna go ahead, run over there,
teammate.
play like where
You probably reach it.
where's a spot where I can reach and then
That's close enough.
okay, and then would I be able to hand it without having to do a throw in
He's
skill?
got the 5 foot reach. All of a sudden, you pick it up, and his big old gorilla arm is just there, ready to grab it.
Yeah, I think they can have it. That was 4 or 5. Yeah,
So you can move one more after that.
Yeah, I get myself.
So he like politely sticks it up, and you're just like gorilla arm.
Thank you, little one.
Yeah. Hey, for the pack.
Okay, so now it is the fighter's turn. You know you want to do something daringly reckless.
Oh yeah,
You're right above it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I have to. So is the one rate
This one?
They don't
and this
exist,
one.
which is
okay? How far below me is this one?
They're about 10 feet below you.
Okay, yeah, I'll drop it.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
you
mean,
said reckless.
I mean, it would be poor form to not do something dumb. All right. So what do I need to roll?
So,
He needs
are
to
you going to
channel
just
it.
drop and take a dex reflex to make sure you don't biff it? Or do you want to actually just do an athletics skill, but then you wouldn't be able to attack?
Oh, then I'll see if I don't biff it.
Okay. And which way you want to drop? Here?
Yeah, I'll drop there.
Okay.
No, not with me.
You're coming with
Come
me.
with me!
Yeah, the drop goblin.
Okay.
All right. So, oh, that was
That was only 1 point of damage to your ankle. Apparently, you hit hard, but you didn't hit that hard.
It's that when you
Yes,
hit
yes.
flat-footed
And your
and you're
foot
like,
arches.
It stings, and that makes me angry.
everyone just got uncomfortable right
Yeah.
now.
Everyone's
People had
toes
that
just
feeling.
curled under.
So I can still attack.
Yep, you can still attack.
All right. Then I am going for the one for the. That would be a 14.
That will hit.
Sweet. And 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay, you swing that axe and you just chunk into the rat. Remember, this was that chunky one his lash couldn't pick up. And it just, there's this horrible flap of flesh that you just know is not going to be healthy. I mean, if this rat escapes, he will be coming back as a diseased rat wanting to find you. Now I want this rat to escape.
It's not going.
Okay, so it's now time for the cleric to bring up the rear.
Okay. So if I look over,
You can just look down the edge, see these 2 rats. Your one teammate to jump down.
The store closes at 9.
Yeah. But it's okay because the owner's still on here playing.
Okay.
We won't get yelled at yet.
so I am
The
actually
wife is here,
gonna
so.
Oh.
try to
She's
hit without.
Oh, she's out in the
not
argument.
hit
That
with
would
my
make sense.
warhammer, but with try sacred flame.
Sacred Flame. Okay.
It's like, where? I didn't see her.
19.
I do not. Well, remember, Sacred Flame, I have to roll save to
Okay.
avoid the flame. You did not avoid your flame.
Okay then.
So
How much damage
5
did you
plus-
So 7.
7 radiant damage. As all of a sudden you pull the hellfire down on him, and normally, like I said, it's this beautiful cascade of glowing blue light. In this case, your horrible radiant flame hits it, and you just see the hairs curl in and burn off.
And I'm just like,
And it was this one, right? The one right
Yeah.
below you? And it dies horribly. Needless to say, consumed by your sacred flame to your god, he accepts your offering, and you almost feel this in the poof of smoke. You almost see his evil goblin face, sneering in laughter at what you brought him as a gift. Because, like I said, goblins like rat. It's a delicacy.
doing a little dance.
Roasted.
Okay, so top of the order. The rogue is ready.
Oh, I'm gonna
She's
shoot
not
that
scared.
bastard.
There's a poof of, acidic smoke coming up. And you saw the very large fighter step off the ledge.
Oh, I should probably. Oh no,
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm like, what, were you afraid of hitting him?
For a second, and then I looked.
Why not? It would be awesome. It would be fun. It's a bonding experience.
Yay, 21.
21 will definitely hit. And what's your damage?
And 9.
9. So remember when you put that nice chunk into him? The arrow slides right through the open wound, and you just see somewhere around his chest, the arrow explodes out, sticking into the stone.
And then I just pour some salt on it. For seasoning,
You
guys.
gotta cure the meat.
I've heard the saying, pouring salt on a wound.
That's exactly why I said it.
It worked on so many levels.
See,
Right.
it works.
And that is a good place to wrap it up there. So now that you guys are heading down and the light is dying out, I know you all have dark vision,
Yeah.
but are you going to light torches?
No.
Okay.
Give up,
that
elements of
seems-
You
surprise.
guys
That
are
seems
perfectly
silly.
fine in the dark, but remember, dark vision doesn't really do color. It's just infrared, or I should say, night vision green, but it's black and white.
It's 50 Shades of Grey.
You got jokes, Mr. Spider-Man.
Hey, you. Do you like the Tales from the Crypt series? Do you like spooky things in general? Then check out the Good Evening Kitties podcast. That's Good Evening Kitties podcast. GOODEVENING KIDDIES podcast. Each week, I'll review a new episode from the TV series The Tales from the Crypt. Find me on Podbay, Podbean, or iTunes. That's the Good Evening Kitties podcast. Check it out today.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And remember, be careful out there. There be dragons about.
Oh, this is appropriate for us. Jim actually shared it, so you guys may have seen it. It's gaming. It's not whether you win or lose. It's how long afterward people are talking about it. Yeah. That's totally out. Because dinosaurs make everything better.
Oh, yeah. It's like, what's
So
the
true.
Gosh, nice.
T-Rex
There's
exorcist.
that character for the game on Friday.